Ever wondered why some cities in the wealthiest country in the world struggle with poverty? It's a question that's both intriguing and perplexing, isn't it? The United States, often seen as the land of opportunity, is home to cities with sky-high skyscrapers and sprawling mansions, yet it also houses communities where families battle poverty daily. It's a stark contrast, a paradox, a tale of two Americas, if you will. On one hand, we have the glitz and glamour of places like New York City, Los Angeles, and Silicon Valley, where wealth seems to flow as freely as the water in the Hudson, the Pacific Ocean, or the San Francisco Bay. These are the places often depicted in movies and television series, the ones synonymous with the American dream. On the other hand, we have cities where that dream seems to have slipped through the cracks, where families are struggling to put food on the table, where children's futures are often dictated by the zip code they were born into. These are the places that don't make it to the silver screen as often, the ones that are shrouded by the shadow of poverty. Why is this the case, you might ask? Why does such a rich country have cities drowning in poverty? The reasons are multifaceted, complex, and deeply rooted in history. They involve a web of factors such as job availability, education, access to resources, and systemic issues that perpetuate the cycle of poverty. But let's not just talk about poverty in abstract terms. Let's put a face to these cities, these communities, these families. Let's delve deeper and explore the 10 poorest cities in the US as of 2024. Once the heart of America's auto industry, Detroit now stands as a symbol of urban decay. This once vibrant city, humming with the energy of production lines and the promise of the American dream, has seen its fortunes shift dramatically. The decline of the auto industry, once the city's lifeblood, has left a void that has yet to be filled, leading to skyrocketing unemployment and an exodus of residents in search of better opportunities. Detroit's struggles have been magnified by racial tensions that have simmered and occasionally boiled over, creating a fractured community where trust is in short supply. The city's public services, already stretched thin, have struggled to keep up with the demand, leading to inadequate schools, unreliable public transportation, and a lack of basic amenities. These factors combined have created a city where opportunity is scarce and hardship is the norm. Yet, despite the struggles, there remains a spirit of resilience in Detroit, a determination to rise from the ashes and reclaim its former glory. Detroit, once a beacon of the American dream, now stands as a stark reminder of economic instability. But it's also a testament to the indomitable spirit of its people, who continue to fight for a better future. Atlanta, a city of prosperity on the surface, hides a darker reality underneath. Known for its booming economy, Atlanta presents a paradox of prosperity. It's a city where high-rise condos tower over the skyline, yet the shadow of poverty stretches far and wide. Atlanta's prosperity is a tale of contrasts. The city boasts one of the highest levels of income inequality in the United States. While the wealthy enjoy the fruits of the city's economic success, those on the other end of the spectrum struggle to make ends meet. The cost of living is rising, but wages for many remain stagnant. It's a city where the rich are getting richer, and the poor are getting poorer. The lack of affordable housing is another grim reality. As property prices skyrocket, many families find themselves priced out of their own neighborhoods, leading to a high rate of homelessness. The city's streets, parks, and underpasses have become the last resort for those who have nowhere else to go. Behind the glittering skyline of Atlanta lies a tale of two cities. One, a city of prosperity and growth, the other, a city where many are left behind in the shadows of wealth. It's a paradox of prosperity that continues to challenge Atlanta. Memphis, known for its rich cultural history, is unfortunately also recognized for its poverty. Situated along the Mississippi River, this city, famous for its vibrant music and soulful cuisine, is grappling with some of the highest poverty rates in the country. The city's high unemployment rate is a significant contributor to its economic hardship. Many residents find themselves caught in a cycle of temporary and low-wage jobs, unable to secure stable employment that would lift them out of poverty. Adding to this, low educational attainment is another pressing issue. Despite efforts to improve the local education system, Memphis still lags behind national averages in high school graduation rates and college degrees. This educational gap limits opportunities for higher-paying jobs, further entrenching poverty. But we can't talk about Memphis's poverty without addressing systemic racism. The city's African-American population, constituting a majority, has been disproportionately affected by poverty, a lingering effect of historical discrimination and economic marginalization. This complex interplay of unemployment, education, and racial inequality paints a grim picture of Memphis's economic landscape. The City of Blues sings a somber song of poverty. It's a stark contrast to the vibrant rhythm and soul that Memphis is celebrated for. Jackson, the capital of Mississippi, is a city that time and economy seem to have forgotten. Once a beacon of Southern charm and prosperity, Jackson now finds itself grappling with the harsh realities of economic stagnation. The city's industrial development has been sluggish to say the least, with few opportunities for growth and prosperity. The education system, a crucial element for any city's progress, is in a state of constant struggle. Schools are underfunded and understaffed, making it challenging to provide quality education and opportunities for the city's youth. This lack of resources, unfortunately, perpetuates a cycle of poverty that's difficult to break. And then there's the issue of crime. High crime rates have become a persistent problem, with Jackson consistently ranking among the cities with the highest crime rates in the nation. These crimes, often born out of desperation and lack of opportunities, further deepen the city's poverty and deter potential investments. As the sun sets over Jackson, the shadows of poverty grow longer. Flint, a city known more for its water crisis than its once thriving auto industry. Once a symbol of American industrial might, Flint has undergone a dramatic transformation. The city's water crisis, which made headlines around the world, is but a symptom of a much deeper problem: deindustrialization. Over the years, Flint has seen a significant decline in its auto industry, leading to job losses, economic stagnation, and an exodus of residents in search of better opportunities. Deindustrialization has also led to a deterioration in public services. Schools are underfunded, public transportation is inadequate, and basic amenities are lacking. The city's water crisis, which exposed thousands to lead-contaminated water, was a result of cost-cutting measures and a failure to invest in infrastructure. The crisis highlighted the city's struggle to provide basic services to its residents, further exacerbating Flint's poverty. Flint's water crisis is a stark reminder of the city's economic struggles. From the Midwest to the South, poverty doesn't discriminate. As we journey further into the heart of America, our exploration of poverty brings us to the remaining cities on our list. In the western states we find Fresno, California, nestled in the fertile San Joaquin Valley. But beneath the lush landscapes and agricultural prosperity lies a city grappling with severe economic disparity. The recession, coupled with a declining manufacturing industry, has left a significant portion of the population struggling to make ends meet. Meanwhile, in the Northeast, we have the city of Reading, Pennsylvania. Once a thriving industrial hub, Reading has been grappling with economic decline since the disappearance of the steel industry. Despite efforts to revitalize the city, unemployment rates remain high, and families continue to live below the poverty line. Turning our gaze back to the Midwest, we find Cleveland, Ohio. Despite its rich cultural heritage and sports legacy, Cleveland faces a stark reality of economic hardship. The decline of the manufacturing sector, coupled with systemic issues like racial segregation and lack of access to quality education, have contributed to the city's high poverty rate. Finally, in the heart of the South, we find Brownsville, Texas. This border town has been battling with high unemployment rates and low-wage jobs, resulting in a significant portion of the population living in poverty. These cities, each with their unique histories and challenges, share a common thread: the persistent struggle against poverty. Economic downturns, deindustrialization, systemic inequalities, and lack of access to quality education and healthcare are just some of the factors contributing to their plight. Poverty, a relentless adversary, continues to haunt these cities. Poverty, a complex issue, continues to cast a long shadow over these cities. In our exploration today, we've journeyed through the 10 poorest cities in the United States in 2024, focusing on Detroit, Atlanta, Memphis, Jackson, and Flint, among others. From Detroit's shattered dreams to Flint's ongoing crisis, we've seen how economic challenges, social disparities, and political neglect have etched deep lines of poverty in these urban landscapes. In Atlanta, we witnessed the paradox of prosperity, where wealth and poverty coexist in stark contrast. Memphis showed us the blight of the South, a city grappling with systemic issues that perpetuate poverty. Then there's Jackson, the forgotten capital, where the struggle for survival is a daily reality for many. Across these cities, common threads emerge: inadequate access to quality education, lack of employment opportunities, and systemic racism, all contributing to a relentless cycle of poverty. As we move forward, it's crucial to remember these cities and work towards a future where prosperity is not a privilege but a right for all.